Round one. DJ Dance versus the obstacles of life. Fight!
Time right. It's almost time, baby. You ready?
I'm so ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Now, make sure y'all hitting the thumbs up. Make sure y'all comment and let us know where y'all tuning in from. The show Get 'Em to the Metaverse is about to start. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Come on, make some noise. Put some fire emojis in the comment section. It's about to be insane. It's about to be insane. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. It's called Get 'Em to the Metaverse. We gotta get 'em to the Metaverse. That's Joy.
Hey,
Joy
y'all.
over there.
Y'all.
It's me.
Jay Dunn.
It's me right here. It's called Get 'Em to the Metaverse. You gotta get 'em to the Metaverse. Let's go.
Woo!
Hold up. Hey, hold up. Hey, you catch the vibes. Now how you feeling, Joy Rain?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Get 'Em to the Metaverse. As you can see, we are super hyped and so excited because we have a phenomenal guest in the building today. But before we get into all of that, how are you doing today, Jaden?
Look, I'm jigging, I'm feeling.
Hey,
I'm feeling real good.
Yeah.
Oh, feeling real good because the show we got today is going to make you scream out hooray. Yeah. All right. Listen. Y'all don't want these freestyles. Y'all don't want this swag. Rocket Knight said it right. Swag. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Get 'Em to the Metaverse, where our mission is to help to make the extraordinary metaverse an ordinary part of life with the gorgeous and amazing, beautiful Joy Rain and your boy Jada. Yes, right. Hey, listen, y'all, we got a jam-packed show for you today. So I'm glad most of y'all are in here early. Look, we got Price. This is a first. Price is first in the building. For once,
Price.
Come on, Price. We love to see it. And Dane said, I'm first at being second. I'll be with it, Dane. We appreciate you tuning in. Henry Woods, we appreciate you tuning in as well. And we already talked about Rocket Night with the swag, surfing and swagging and all that good stuff. Yeah. But look, y'all, Get 'Em to the Metaverse today. It's gonna be one for the books. because our guest today, I can't get into it because if I do that, I'm gonna want to bring him in immediately, and we got other stuff to talk about.
We have stuff to talk about.
We got stuff to talk about. So, are you ready to get into this week's breaking news?
Yeah, come on, let's get into it.
All right, let's do it. All right. Now this gonna be pun central today, okay, y'all?
Okay.
So here we go, Joy. Joy, do you enjoy lying down?
You know I love a good nap.
Okay, because that was a trick question. Because in V63 of the new Meta Quest update, rolling out now for all headsets for Quest 2, Quest 3, and Quest Pro, there is an all-new mode, ladies and gentlemen, for Quest Pro and Quest 2 specifically right now, the lying down mode, which means you can now orient the screen however you would like with a Quest 2 or a Quest Pro. Now, Joy,
yes!
I know you're thinking about, we could be in VR chat, you could be laying back, doing your thing, dancing on the ground, right? But you're laying down. Like, come on, tell me, are you excited about this incredible feature that's coming with V63?
Of course I am. I mean, this is for these people that are like the late night owls where you be like, you don't want to be sitting up in your room doing VR late at night at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. You want to lay back and chill and talk with people and stuff like that. So absolutely, this is incredible. They just have to come up with these head straps that are comfortable enough to lay back with. That's the only thing. If somebody could invent that, let's go. I'm buying it.
Well, Meta said they already invented it. It's the default strap.
I know you like
it's the default strap. It's cloth, right? So you can wear it while you're laying down, all right?
No, but it doesn't work good with natural hair.
True.
That. I'm not getting my hair cut up.
But you know what? What else is in V63 is Quest Cash. So you guys out there who want to be able to, I'm excited about this because this means that it's maturing into a mature system now. You have PlayStation has its currency, Xbox has its gold currency. Now there's Quest Cash that you can either earn or you can buy as credit. And I think that's really cool. And I think there's got to be some more that's coming for that. There's got to be some more coming for that. But
an easy way to do transactions within it. So anybody that owes somebody money, you better get scared because it's an easy way to give somebody some money. Look, you can't say that, I don't have Cash App, I don't have that.
Speaking of Joy, that $5 I owe you, I'm gonna send it to you in Quest Cash. But anyway, so let's get into the next thing, because Joy, if you do enjoy lying down, well, you want to have you a good strap. Well, the Quest 3 Elite strap with battery is getting a free of charge replacement. So there was a situation when the Quest 3 first came out and the Elite strap was with the battery came out. There was some situations and reports that some people's batteries weren't actually charging, or they're falsely charging, saying they weren't, but they were. And so Meta has found the bug and the issue and are able to replace anyone who's been having that issue free of charge, which I think is always a salute to them, because that could cost a lot of money, especially if there was a lot of purchases for the Quest 3 Elite strap with battery.
Yeah.
So, not a whole bunch there, but I want to make sure we did put out there because we love to doom and gloom when Meta may not do something we don't like, but we got to also uplift and show love when Meta does great things. So
being able to correct it and being able to realize when there was an issue and trying to right the wrong is always a good thing. It's just, will the people trust it?
Now, here's the thing. You talk about trust. Well, there's another brand that we need to figure out if we can trust them coming back into the situation. That's Pico. All right, Pico, as you know, the Pico 4 was a huge success overseas. It never made it over into America because of who's owning it. ByteDance is actually owned by owns TikTok as well as Pico, and as you know, this is a government that's overseas, and there's a
Chinese
whole lot
company.
there's a whole lot of legislation right now around TikTok and things like that. There was a rumor that a few months ago, a while back, there was going to be a release of the Pico 4 in America, but they got cut short when the whole TikTok ban came into play. And so now there's a new trademark. There's some hints at they are not out of the fight just yet. There was talk that the Apple Vision Pro kind of shifted every major company to start shifting into more upscale devices. Well, this looks to be like a upgrade from 4 to 4S, pun intended, just like the iPhone 4 to 4S. I think they playing around a little bit, but it looks like they might be coming out with something new. What do you think about this, Joy?
Well, as I can see with those new controllers, they took the ring off of it, like
Yep,
the how the Quest 2 has the ring, and so the Quest 3 now doesn't have the ring, or the Quest Pro doesn't have the ring. So I
yep.
mean, I see the little cosmetic upgrades that they're going to have. I wonder what the differences will be within the system actually.
Absolutely, and that's the thing too, because when I saw the Pico software for the first time, it's kind of was like the Quest software. It was kind of like a little bit of a rip of what
Mm,
what the UI looks like on Quest.
yeah.
However, what I found out about Pico is that it pretty much runs really good. It runs better than the Quest 2, and that's kind of crazy. So if they are able to maybe get these into America, I think it would be a really great competitor for the Quest. And that's the thing that I think Quest needs more than anything. The Vision Pro is not a competitor to Quest. We can go on and on and on about it, but it's just not. They're two separate
Dude,
devices.
yeah.
They're meant for two different audiences. And so until the price points meet, it's just not for that. So we wanted to touch on Pico because we want, like I said, we want to show love to all brands out there on Get 'em to the Metaverse. Speaking of all brands, Joy. Now we got how many headsets we got? Quest 2,
Too
Quest
many.
3, too many,
Quest Pro.
yeah, look, too
Apple
many
Vision
Apple
Pro.
Vision Pros, we got Ray-Bans, we got the X Real glasses. Well, here's another one we might have to add to the list. You ready for it?
Okay.
All right, so we need to get ready, and we're going to introduce the TCL crowdfunded Ray Neo X2. These are
Mm.
the first ever standalone AR glasses that actually has compute in the glasses and has a color. I believe it's a waveform particular graphics that's going to allow you to see things really cool. Now, Joy, you know me, I'm always ready to jump on the bandwagon of VR and XR, but I gotta know, do we have room for another vendor with more devices coming in? I need to hear from you. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Well, it's interesting enough. I want to see what all it entails.
Yeah,
Doing some of the research, I saw that it has the chip that the Snapdragon chip that the Quest 2 have, not the Quest 3. When they were making it, they developed that, they integrated that older chip.
yeah,
And so I'm wondering if they're going to have like
a
after
new
this
chat.
one,
Yeah,
a better chip in it
yeah.
that will make it run faster and do better things. But I mean, it's interesting enough for it to be coming out with that. That is very interesting.
You know,
And I'm excited.
yeah, there's this whole thing around the Vision Pro, and we'll talk a little bit that with our guests a little bit, where a lot of people have taken this mindset of the Vision Pro is not the form factor we want, but it's the OS we want in
Mm,
devices. And I
yeah.
think devices like TCL, like this Ray Neo, I think this is what we eventually want to get to. Even Meta, everyone wants to get to glasses,
Yeah.
the thin glasses that you can put on your face, walk around, and have the display kind of shown to you, and kind of remove everything else. HoloLens was close to this. Magic Leap was working on this, but we just never got to a affordable way to do it. So if they're able
Yeah.
to just do this for 2 hours, because you got to think about the Ray Bans only last us what 2 hours. That's
Yeah. And
it's the battery. Go ahead.
and also too, I would love to see if Meta had the opportunity to do that as well, because the Meta Ray Bans, they have the voice where you can activate the AI. However, it doesn't have anything with screens that you
Yeah.
can see anything overlay of it. So I would definitely love to see how they would get into this game as well.
Well, there's a rumor at one of our favorite events in the world, Connect. They're talking about there might be some showing or demoing of their first non-consumer yet consumer AR glasses. So we'll see what Meta has to
Allegedly,
offer.
allegedly, allegedly.
Allegedly. Let's put it like that way, right? But let's get to the last, because we got so much to talk about, y'all. So the last little piece here is Joy. We talked about lying down. We talked about walking around with new glasses. We talked about lying down with new Elite straps. Well, I want to ask you something. Do you want to walk around with your games? Do you want to walk around and play your games real? Like play Ghostbusters and run from real when you have ghosts
Oh
coming
goodness,
at
I
you?
don't know
I
if
want
that.
to know. I want
I
to.
don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or not, but that's pretty interesting. They have something coming out.
Yeah, the Virtuix Omni One VR treadmill is being sold for $2,600 now. Joy, I
My God.
know we don't drop a couple of bags, which means by the way, y'all, if y'all want to sponsor us, you can sponsor us right here. But anyway, literally, like we have dropped a lot of money for VR and XR in the last 2 to 3 years, and I want to ask Joy, can we drop another 2,600 for this VR treadmill? It's got 35 games at launch that's going to be working for it. Some of the big ones that I saw specifically was Ghostbusters, Hubris, Breachers. You know, we love to play in Breachers.
Yeah, we love playing
Um,
Breacher.
there's In Depth Unchained. There's a whole list of them. Some RPGs, some shooters. I think that's going to be really good. Ancient Dungeon, Compound, a lot of different games. I want to know, is this something that we need right now? We got the whole Ready Player Me, Ready Player One kind of mindset, right? Of I want to be in the game, and I know there's a lot of people out there. Speaking of, Alex VR is in the building saying, "Yo, yo, yo!" I know
Hey there,
he's all
Alex.
for strapping in and getting in, and strapping into the matrix. But I want to know from you: do you think this is something that we need now, or are we just too far away for this right now?
Well, me personally, because I only can speak for myself, um, I feel no need for it right now. I am content where I am. Now, I wouldn't mind like demoing it and seeing it because again, without trying it out, I don't want to do a blind purchase of $2,600 and then get it here and it's like
Come on,
I have no use for this.
we
I
don't.
don't see,
Whew.
I don't want to see how big it is. Will it fit somewhere where I want it to fit? Like I'm one that's going to have to do all
Listen,
this research and stuff like that.
I'm
So
gonna just say this right
I'm
now.
skeptical.
We can't fit nothing in our rooms anymore. There's no more room for any more VR stuff. We got a whole we don't have it. We up to our neck and straps and everything. Okay, we ain't got the room. I'm sorry. Just sorry to tell y'all. And look, even Alex said treadmills ain't it right now. Well, we heard it straight
No.
from the man. It's just not it yet. But I am excited to see this coming to market. And I really hope
Mhm.
them a whole lot of success because I wanted to continue the price to go down, make it easier. I want to be able to have something like this one day, but maybe just not right now, right? But
Yeah,
let's get
and then
in.
not as bulky and stuff like that too when it
Yeah,
gets down and slimmer and stuff. But yeah,
yeah. I
okay.
just I just think we're gonna have to see. But maybe the games we're about to talk about in the apps of the week may be great candidates for this, especially mine when I get to it. So let's get into our apps of the week now. Joy,
Yes.
tell me about your amazing app that you want to talk about today.
Yeah, so my app of the week is this thing called Headspace. It is everything someone who is a mental health advocate would absolutely love and adore.
Yes.
It's the app that you go to and if you're feeling happy, sad, indifferent, anxious, anything, you can go there and it has a simulation that you can do to get you out of it or keep you in a happy space. And I have been on this app hard, y'all, and it is incredible. It has just been, listen, a lifesaver.
Yeah.
And so I absolutely recommend this. This app is incredible. It is called Headspace.
Yes. Listen, I got a
So,
chance to jump into it too and do some whoos and ahs and some good, just mental stability things because people don't realize that's what VR is really, really good for.
mhm.
Mental health areas is, I think that's going to be a huge financial area. That's going to be a lot of profit there with things like this. And they designed this app really well. They made it for beginners in VR too. It's not like
Yeah.
you have to be advanced in VR to be able to use this. I think there might be a push. They can if they can bundle Headspace with the headsets and things like Supernatural, Headspace, and apps like that all together. I think we may see a big push for people in different age groups wanting to get into VR for things just like this. So shout
Absolutely. It
out to
has
them.
guided meditations. It has different things that heighten your senses, and
Yes.
it is incredible. The haptics are incredible as well. So definitely get a chance to check it out whenever you get a chance. Whenever it's officially out.
Yeah, it's actually officially out
It's
now for
officially out?
$29.
Okay.
Yeah, for $29.99. What I do
29.
like about it is not subscription based. Like the app on the
Yes.
phone or different products, you can actually buy this completely flat out for life at $29, and it has some mixed reality things that's really cool too. You saw some of that in the trailer just now. Now Joy has her relaxation. Now let me put on my app of the week. Okay, I'm gonna get a little country on y'all. My app of the week is Lawnmower Simulator. All right. Now, you may be asking yourself, Jay Dunn, do you cut your own grass? No, I do not. I pay someone to cut my grass. I don't do that. But in VR, you best believe I cut my grass. And it is relaxing. So Joy has Power Wash Simulator.
Yes, I do.
I have a Lawnmower Simulator, okay? And let me tell you guys, son, you put the tractor on the truck, man. You know, you feel good about it. And it's wonderful. And so I have a lot of fun playing this game. It just actually, it's not like quite officially out for everyone yet. We have early access to play it, but we were able to talk about it today. And so I just got in it today and I'm like, this is it. This is my zoning out game. I will be cutting virtual lawns. So y'all pull up on me. He said, y'all need to start a lawn care business. Oh, it's happening in VR. What's wrong with you, Alex? Oh, you come on. And don't be laughing at us. Don't be laughing at us.
Lawn care and power washing.
Look.
Hit us up.
Listen, we ready. We ready. Look, we got some people that might want to invest. Like if y'all want to invest in us, you just send a super chat right now, and we gonna make that lawnmower thing happen. And we gonna be streaming this real soon. So keep a look out for that as well. Our new apps of the week now, Joy. Have you ever had the desire and sensation to want to sling poop at somebody? That's the best way I can explain it.
Oh my goodness.
Monkey See, Monkey Doo-Doo is a new game that just released on the Meta Quest store. Shout out to Click Games. That's family over there. They just had an official launch. It was on App Lab for a while. This game is absolutely insane. I played it for just a little bit. You literally do sling your stuff at people, and it's really dope. It's really fun. You're doing this like kind of like hide and seek, kind of running and gunning and climbing. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's a kid magnet.
Oh my goodness.
Believe it or not, it's extremely popular. It is extremely. I'm sure you can kind of figure out what audience of folks that may enjoy this a whole lot. But yeah, like it's fun. They have a whole storyline to it, a lot of cosmetics. So it is out now on the official MetaQuest store. We wanted to give them a shout out because we think it's pretty. Look, they throwing it. You see it on screen. They literally throwing the poop. All right. While we talk about that, let's take it to one last app of the week before we bring on our guests. Now, this game is something special, Joy. Me and you both grew up playing Marios and platformers. And so Max Mustard is coming out very, very soon. I believe it comes out next week. And this is going to be in a huge, huge game. We can't talk about it at the moment because it's just under embargo. But as you can see in the trailer, it's very beautiful. It's a 3D style, kind of like Mario-esque or Lucky Tales type game. Joy, is these the type of games that you want to see more on the Quest?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to get my hands on this and play this game. I'm so excited for it to be coming out. So let's go. Mag Mustard.
Mag Mustard. Yes. Well, once again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in live with us because we about to get into the incredible next segment of our show. And let me tell y'all, it's about to be lit. So we want you guys to get excited, get you a good seat, get your popcorn together, and don't sling no poop at nobody. As we we about to bring you guys into our intro for our special guest. And on the other side of this, we're going to have an incredible interview. Here we go. You ready, Joy?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Our guest today is Rasheen Smith, who is an entrepreneur with over 2 decades of frontline experience operating and advising startup companies on product strategy and brand development. He was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles and holds a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of California at Berkeley. Although Rasheen is the founder of many incredible business ventures, he is also the co-founder and president of the award-winning XR company Realcast that develops immersive, location-based experiences, as well as making innovative VR games such as Just Hoops for multiple standalone VR platforms. So without further ado, let's welcome our special guest, Rasheen Smith.
Yo, let's go.
Hey there.
Welcome. You should be vibing
What's up,
right now,
guys?
man. We love that you came on
I'm vibing.
Yeah, man. So, look, you know what it is. You know, I'm gonna stop playing with you right now. You know what it is. It's time for you to do the freestyle right now. We want to hear your bars. No. Welcome to Get Into the Metaverse. We are so excited to have you on. It's going to be an incredible time. Listen, we're about to take the show to the next level. Joy's about to jump into the amazing questions, and we're going to have a good time. Let's do this, Joy.
All right, let's go. And so the first question that the people want to know, how did you get exposed to virtual reality? And what was your first experience like?
How did I get exposed to virtual reality? You know, I originally tried like the Oculus Rift that a buddy had, right? And that was more just being a guest at their house, right? And them being excited about this cool new toy they got.
Yeah.
And you know, just experiencing it because a friend was excited about it. And at that time, I never thought, or I wasn't thinking that I would ever be doing Realcast. It wasn't on my mind. I was focused on my other businesses. So that was my first experience with it. But I'd say my actual true experience with any VR device was the Quest 2. And that happened when I was introduced to my co-founders. And so it was doing my own due diligence. We weren't partners at the time. So it was my diligent sort of exploratory process, right, with learning what these devices did and actually experiencing it. And it was from that point on, like I was just blown away.
Wow.
I was freaking blown away. I had never seen anything like it. It was, a much better experience than the Rift was. And I just started to study the space and look at the industry and look at where the market was actually going.
Yes.
And like that's what, without getting ahead of your questions, Joy, that's what really got me excited. Was hopping in that device and experiencing the apps and games that existed in it at the time.
Man,
Yeah.
I love that.
We forget, Joy, just how magical VR is. And then it's not just VR, but then it's that next step when we go into standalone VR. That's the thing that just blows your mind, because it's like, the wires and the base stations and all these extra things that you got to set up to get into VR. That's cool. But when you can just put a headset on and then go straight into an experience and you can move around and sixth off, it's just magical. So we love hearing that beginning story.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Because
Game changer.
Look, he want to just preach on it real quick. Go ahead, preach on it.
No, it is, and that was part of what got me excited about the business opportunity, right? Like everything in markets are timing, right? Like there have been people in VR for decade plus, people in the space. My co-founders we're dabbling in extended reality with the Microsoft HoloLens 1, creating these location-based experiences, back in 2017, 18. But looking at putting that device on, right, like having a pleasant experience with it, like being blown away by but the entertainment, right? being in VR and riding a roller coaster, right? Like, and then putting it on my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then putting on anyone who came over and seeing how they reacted, right? And it was eye opening. It was eye opening. And then the price point was right, right?
Yep.
And then just looking at early internet, looking at just technology over time, the evolution of
Yes.
tech, right? And actually studying that, saying, okay, this is the right time for this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
This is the right time to jump in. And this is around 2021.
Yeah, because that was our like first experience as well. The Meta Quest 2, putting on the headset and dancing with that robot. I was sold. Jay Dunn experience
Yeah.
brought it over, and I was like, you know what? I'm going buy mine the next day. And so we completely understand it's putting the headset on
Yeah.
and experiencing something that you have
Yes.
never experienced before, and especially having a
Yeah.
pleasant experience at the time.
Say that, Joy.
That
Yeah.
makes the entire difference. So yes, we
Yeah.
agree with you 100%. And so
Yeah.
that leads on to our next question. You believed in the XR VR space and became a co-founder and the president of the award-winning XR company Realcast. Could you tell us the inspiration founding that type of company?
Yeah. The inspiration right came from my experience in the device and really being excited
Mm-hmm.
and happy and having a good time and having fun and being entertained, and then putting that on other people and them having a similar experience, but not even knowing it existed or where to buy it, right? So that showed me that, okay, this has the potential to be a consumer device, a household device that many people would use if the price point was right, and if it was if things were improved, right? This was already a phenomenal device, but so I met Nino, Diego, and Mark, my co-founders at Realcast,
Mm-hmm.
at a time where they were looking to get back into gaming, right? Like, so I'm a venture partner at a venture fund. We do early stage tech investing. It's funny you mentioned Headspace. Shout out Karan, who's the CEO there. He's a UC Berkeley grad, a friend.
Love it.
But our venture fund is a seed investor, one of the first checks in Calm, and
Awesome.
also a seed investor in an app called Luna. And Luna is on the Apple Vision Pro. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. So shout out Andrew and Sergey and those guys at Luna. But big advocate of mental health as well, Joy. That's why we backed Alex and Michael from Calm in the very beginning, when people weren't taking it serious and didn't believe it could be a consumer product that people would buy or pay a subscription for, right?
Right.
And a lot of work to be done there, right, guys, as it relates to mental health, as it relates to our communities, and bringing those tools into our communities, and then bringing that stigma down that, like,
Absolutely.
mental health is real. Like, you ain't got to be
Yes.
So,
Look.
That's a whole nother rant.
We're getting excited because you're hitting in our lane. One of the main reasons we started this is we want to definitely help the underprivileged and the minorities to understand the power of VR and XR for not just the gaming, or there's business sides, there's the mental health side, there's the physical health sides. There's always been this technology gap, and so when you start going into that vein, we over here like we ready to talk about it.
Yes.
Our audience know we love to talk about that, so absolutely, man. So please continue on the inspiration behind it, because we're geeking out right now.
So right, it was my experience in it, my seeing the experience of others who I put it on, and still to this day, anywhere that comes over or wherever I go, I usually have whatever the current device is I'm using. So I always take the Quest and AVP with me now. And I want people to experience. I want people to experience our game, obviously, but I want people just to see what else is happening inside this world, and then talk to them about where the space is going. It was that experience, and then it was talking to Nino and Diego, my co-founders at Realcast, who got their stripes at Ubisoft. They led teams. They created Just Dance. With one of the more popular IPs when they were at Ubisoft, Ghost Recon, Raving Rabbits as well. But you think back to Just Dance and what that was at the time when that was introduced, and that kinetic device, that wearable that you wore on your body. That we're talking tracking and sensors back then, right? We're talking being innovative. We're talking about connecting our body movement to what's happening on the screen.
You take me back to the Wii, brother. You take me back to the Wii.
Exactly. For me, based on the accuracy of my movements to that avatar, and at the time, that's innovative. So, talking to them, how that was born. Just Dance was actually a joke. That like they didn't. People internally didn't think it could be as big as it was, and then it became obviously what it is today.
Yeah.
Connecting Just Dance, I took that kind of heritage with the naming of Just Hoops, so that's that. But and Just Hoops just makes sense. But no, it was my diligent process that got me more excited about where this space was going. So with talking to Nino Diego, seeing what they had been doing in extended reality, right? Because my view on this is this thing at scale, right? Yes. Like it's the metaverse at scale, right? And I love how I subscribe to Matthew Ball's description of what that is, right? Like this massively scaled interoperable network of real-time rendered 3D virtual worlds that are synchronous, persistent, with an unlimited number of users who each have this individual sense of presence, right? Supported with this continuity of data, right? Entitlements, payments, identity, blah, blah, blah. And at that scale, we're living in the internet. I mean, we're living in a simulation anyway, right?
Absolutely.
There's cameras everywhere. You go on Google World and that, like, the infrastructure is being built to support this thing at scale, right?
Yes.
But so why I got excited with Realcast is, man, they're in Paris. My team's based in Paris, but they're building these location-based experiences and taking the Microsoft HoloLens. And you got to realize at the time, there weren't standards. The OpenXR didn't exist. So like the team had to build our own hand tracking. And this is why we're first to AVP, just to give you context. But we had to build our own tech layer as it related to hand tracking. Right?
Love it.
We had to build that inside. It was really with the HoloLens 2 that sort of had that capability. But seeing what we were doing, we won an award, as you guys mentioned, for an installation we did at the Liberation Museum in Paris on the insurrection of 1944. It was so our location-based experiences in Paris are largely educational and based on history, but they're cultural. And I want to bring some of that here, guys, to the States. But it was, you put on this HoloLens, and these are just people coming to the museum for a tour. And they put this device on and they're interacting with life-size digital objects, right, that are talking to them, that are leading them through the tour, that are handing them things to interact with. It's gamified. This is in 2018, 2019, 2020. Like, this is ahead of the game, right? Yeah. OpenXR, standards start to happen. We become, a preferred developer within Unity. It's like sending them feedback on hand tracking and things of that nature. So the tech and expertise is really what I got excited about, because I see this thing in the future where the game, there's certain types of games, but what I'm building are these games that are playable without joystick and they're playable in the real world, right? And we'll get into that.
Can we just get a hand clap for that?
Come on.
Like, for real. That is incredible.
It's amazing It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing to us when we hear about the transformative technology of VR in the early years. Then being one of the first to come in doing hand tracking, like I said, giving feedback to Unity, saying, "Hey, this is what's working, this is what's not working," and then pioneering going into. We're gonna be talking about Just Hoops in a second. Pioneering one of the first I remember main hand tracking games that you could play with hand tracking. It was one
Yeah.
of the
Hmm.
first that I saw that was like you could do controllers or you could do hand tracking. So
Hmm.
just shout out to the
Hmm.
entire team at Realcast for being pioneers. You know, look, we got to give a clap one more time. One more clap. One more clap. One more clap. Look, we got Alex saying
Thank
this is
you.
good. This is good stuff, and even showing the hand clap emoji as well.
Yes.
Like it's really, really something powerful, and I'm just loving this talk so far for sure.
Yes.
And the
And so that
inspiration also was my love for gaming, Joy. Like
mm, yeah,
I grew up loving video games, right? Like
love it.
had every console, right? Really up until I graduated college and just got busy with work that I just didn't have the time to play as many video games, right?
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
Right.
bro, from the Atari, right, and in the early '80s and the Pac-Mans and Donkey Kong and
Come
Frogger
on.
and
Look, bro,
Yes.
you're taking us back. You're
Invaders,
taking us
right?
back. You're taking us back.
No, I mean I love those games, right? And I had my Sega Genesis, had my Nintendo 64, right? Like all the way up to the Xbox. And
Yes.
um, I mean, I remember when Halo was introduced, and then they had the online capability. Man, I had my little headset. I had my clan. I was a mech, man. Like
Love it.
I've always loved video games, right? And so this was a natural
Yeah.
um, relationship for me.
You know, this is so funny you say that. Every time I talk to a founder of a VR company, especially when it comes to gaming side, they're always that early 80s, 90s talk of, I was playing games when it was first, when gaming was, just starting out, right? The Power Glove and all
Yeah.
these different peripherals. And it was
Yep.
always this mindset, like we had the Power Mat back in the day you can run on to do all of that. And so you think about that and you go, I hear a lot
Yeah.
of people who say from that generation and that time frame, we're from that time as well. Like, hey, I want to be in the game. I want to be a part of the
Yeah.
game, and those are the people who are making our dreams come true and making these games
Yeah.
Which
become
is
like this.
going on to our next question. You have to tell us more about Just Hoops. Like, go in.
So the concept was already there when I met my partners, right? Like, and that's why I was introduced. Me having this background in sports or this connectivity to athletes, especially at basketball and NBA. Um, they, the guy who introduced us thought, man, this is a good fit. Can you talk to these guys? See what they're doing, see if you'd be interested in helping with this game.
Yes.
Um, and so the idea was, an arcade basketball game in VR, right? Like in VR and in mixed reality. Um, and so I love the idea, right? Like I love the idea of bringing these arcade classics,
Yeah.
these Dave and Buster's type games, right, to the world, right? Like having a full suite of these mini games of so to speak,
Hmm.
that you could play in your actual physical environment and still be connected
Yes.
to what's happening in your house and wherever you're taking on this experience.
Hmm.
And so yeah, like we um, began working with the team and um, really came in and kind of shaped kind of the goalposts, right? Like
Hmm.
here are the type of games I believe we should be making.
Yes.
Nino and Diego were very receptive. Just to being the start of that, and partnering with IP and companies and brands offline. Papa Shot is obviously one of the
Yeah.
iconic brands for
Absolutely.
arcade
Hmm.
basketball, like a fixture in many homes, a fixture in many arcades. And it was, me contacting them, relationship, and now we have Papa Shot integrated into the game, and I'm having conversations with other brands as it relates to this game and other games that we'll start to do some of these partnerships with. But I love this idea of this arcade basketball game, and we're just getting started with this. We're going to take you into all different types of environments. We're going, if you're playing in this reality, we're going to give you all different types of hoops and challenges. AVP is exciting. I'm excited for that because it's brought new energy, new life into everything that we're discussing here.
Come on.
More confidence into the space, right? And again, I saw this. I assumed this was going to happen, and so that's why I jumped in when I did, right? And so
absolutely,
you're seeing that, and so we just contractually got Meta behind us, and as you know, Just Hoops and MetaQuest has been in the App Lab, and man, up until recent months, I dealing with Meta, it's hard, it's difficult, and I feel for developers, right? Like I'm relatively new to the space, so I've had a lot of learning as it relates to distribution, how you get the retail partner to take and their process is still confusing to me, but luckily we got their ears now. We're developing that product that you just saw with them. And so I'm really excited about that because my view is we want to give our users, our players tools. We want to have a sandbox environment. Like we really want to make this really even more fun than what it is. It's already fun. This preset menu of levels that we give you. We have on the Quest 3, we have multiplayer that will come soon to the Apple Vision Pro. But we have multiplayer, and that's cross-platform. You mentioned Pico. We built the game in Pico. We ported that over pretty quickly with their support.
Yes.
So when you go online and you play multiplayer, we had to create matchmaking that spoke with the Pico ecosystem too. So, and that's Pico has some work and growth to do in their market. And so we're probably going to cut that cross-platform functionality out because now with Meta, we'll have a launch date, we'll have launch support, we'll have marketing support.
Hey.
And so now we'll get more users in the game, right? So now when you go online and there's the auto matchmaking, you'll get up to 4 people who are shooting on these suits with you.
Man.
That's exciting.
With leaderboards and tournaments, and we're going to do stuff with celebs and athletes, and like it, we're going to do custom levels. There's a lot of stuff coming.
Okay. So we peep the marketing lately, man. We see you on the court, man, like shooting hoops while the game going on. We like, what the brother doing it. He doing it. We excited. Listen, I want to say Just Hoops. Joy knows this. She's heard me hit the ceiling fan a few times in a row.
Yes, I have.
I love playing this game.
He does.
And you talked a little bit about Vision Pro, and that's perfect timing for something coming up. But just love playing this game, and then of course hand tracking takes it to a whole nother level. No, you don't have that tactical feedback of the controllers, but when you do sync a hoop, with your bare hands, it's a total different feeling when you're using those controllers. So shout out to you guys for thinking outside the box, and like I said, now you got me even my mind's going crazy thinking about more custom levels, better multiplayer, different things, and I'm even seeing on the screen there's all kind of mixed reality play space that's gonna be coming out, some cool stuff. So really excited to hear about that. This is what dreams are made of when it comes to VR for sure.
Well, we're checking the boxes for my thesis of the space, and you guys referenced on a previous podcast, right? Like 23 kind of being that year of mixed reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
And 2024 being that year of spatial computing, right? And that's what mixed reality space is. and it's in your home, like so. But that's where we're going, and that's why I'm doing Realcast.
Yes, sir.
Love it.
We love to
Love
hear
it.
it,
Love
man.
it.
We love
And
to hear it.
so,
Yeah.
my next question is, so what advice would you give someone who's looking to start an XR game studio?
Oh,
I know you're
I'm
probably
you
like,
know
we don't have enough time.
no, I mean it's a weighted question for sure, right? Like because there's so many factors, but at the end of the day, it's belief, it's determination, it's resilience, right? I mean, you got an idea for a game or a concept, like figure out how to do it, right? Make the calls to experts in the space, right? Make 100 calls, and it may be the 99th or 100th that finally answers, right? But like, just figure out how to do it. We're entering a time now versus a year ago, 2 years, or prior, right? Where there's more tools, right? There's more tools. The tech stack is being developed, it's being created, and there's tools out there. It's like anything. When I created Flex Power, my wellness brand, I had no idea how to formulate a pain relief product, right? Like I'm coming out of college, I have no clue, right? But it's doing that homework. It's combing the pharmacy and grocery store aisles and looking at labels and looking at how other brands in the space are doing it, studying what ingredients are in it and what ingredients serve what purpose. What does the FDA think about that? What are the active ingredients? What are the monographs? Okay, who can make this for me? Calling contract manufacturers and chemists, talking to professors at universities. Like it's that same process, right? It's that same process. And fortunately, I didn't have a ton of that here, again, because it was an introduction to a team that was experts in the space. And I swoop in and kind of bring this different brand perspective, this different go-to-market perspective, this different vibe, right? And put my spin. And along this process, I've learned a lot about the tech and a lot about what video game development is. And have been in it every step in the way, helping guide design and helping guide level integration and helping, push for things the team didn't want to do, right? Like we got to change this, we got to change that, right? Like, and so it's been amazing.
Man, and that's what's so cool about this space is that what we tell people is that you don't have to technically know per se every technical thing, but you can have so much value in this space. And we really, so that is so encouraging to hear and letting our viewers know, as what we, push time and time again, every podcast, is that you have a space in this space, you're needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I met the founder of Onward. Onward. It's a popular game in the Quest 3.
The FPS shooter. Yeah.
The FPS first-person shooter game. And it was at a time where I was looking at venture financing, and one of the one VC that I talked to, they had funded him. And he didn't know how to make games. He watched YouTube and learned how to build the initial Onward game, right?
Wow.
Like, so that also speaks to, man, just go figure it out.
Go figure it out. I love that's a quotable right there. We're gonna quote you on that. Just go figure it out.
Yes, just go figure it out.
Yes.
Yes. And so in your other business ventures, has XR entered into that space?
Yes, right. Like, I mean, I'm heavily involved in sports and in that whole athletic community, both business and personally, right? And so we see a lot of application, consuming entertainment that deals with, the NBA and these devices.
Absolutely.
but there's a ton of industry application, right? I think the history, when you look at hand tracking and you look at the who's using that was using this tech in the early part, it was largely industry. I mean, the location-based experience side of our business has now expanded into, working with, a GlaxoSmithKline, for example, and creating, some stuff I can't say.
Oh, we
Yeah,
completely
we
understand.
understand.
We
But yeah.
understand.
But yeah, there's a ton of other industry applications, and the AVP is a game changer.
Yes.
We've seen this in technology, right? The supercomputer to the personal computing era, the 80s, to the mobile internet area, early 2000s, and now this is the next disruptor, and
Yes.
it's this new tech stack that's being built. The people walking around pointing in the air is going to be commonplace. People
Yeah.
doing these hand gestures and movements, or they're interacting with digital objects that, again, and we're going to enter the space where they're just as ubiquitous as AirPods and
Yes.
Apple Watches, right? Like there was 10 years ago, you saw someone walking down the street talking to themselves without a wire, like you think they're crazy. AirPods didn't exist,
Yes.
right? Like technology's coming, and we're going to evolve. It's just going to be replaced, right? The mobile phone, as we know it, is up for disruption.
So now you don't mention the Vision Pro a couple of times. I cannot let you go without us asking this question around the Vision Pro, because we love it. We've shown it off. We've talked about it on our review. We kind of gave it like a non-review, saying it's too early to review this product. We need Apple to take some time to bake this thing. But you keep mentioning it's a game changer. We would love to know, in your own opinion, real quick, why do you believe that this particular device, is the game-changing device that's about to take us to the next level of spatial computing?
Look, the device itself is one of the better, if not the best, consumer device ever built, in my opinion.
Wow. Come on.
And listen, there are features in the Quest 3 that are better, right? But what Apple Vision Pro has done is it's giving us a glimpse into the future, right? I mean, and if you think back to mobile, the first iPhone in 07 wasn't the game changer, or it not. Rephrase that. It wasn't the one that got mass adoption. And so it won't be this device, right? Like form factor shrinks, the technology stack grows. What's happening in AI is 1,000% going to help this tech stack that supports this metaverse thing at scale too, as it relates to networking, as it relates to computing power, and just everything that's being built there. But you enter this ecosystem that you are just naturally familiar with, right? Like apps that you access every day are right in front of you, right? The eye tracking, right? Like, and you said it earlier, guys, like Quest 3 has had these experimental features. It just hasn't been like the focal point or what they push. It's been this experimental menu that you could check, but they've had hand tracking. You could play our game, as you said, Jay Don, with your bare hands in the Quest 3. You've been able to do that.
Yeah.
100%.
Right? And so, but our work in the AVP is actually helped to improve our knowledge here. So the next update there with the bare hands in the Quest 3 is going to be even better, right? But look, it's really early. It's a game changer in the sense that there's more awareness. This is the consumer electronics company that's dominant in our society, right? So it gets more eyeballs to it. Oh wow, they're entering the space. They're doing that. So more people are interested. It's a beautiful device in terms of its sleekness and its look, right? that's going to get even better, right? I think that's going to be important as we look at
Yeah.
lifestyle, culture, style,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Absolutely.
look, man, like just like sunglasses, goggles, and everything else, right? Like, and so it's it's their entry point into the space. We know others, Google, Qualcomm, others are coming, right? So again, it's the timing of this. We're early adopters. We want to put our stake in the ground as such with our
Yeah.
games and IP to reflect that. But it's a game changer in the sense that I think we really start to see this market, this industry move.
We love to hear it,
Absolutely.
Move.
man.
You got
Yes.
competition, real competition now, right?
Mhm.
Zuck feels the heat. Apple wants to compete. Others are coming. The devices are only going to get better. They're going to open up. You know, the porting over to Apple, we did it quickly, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
You know, Unity's API is constantly changing because it's new to them, right? Like so,
Yes.
you'll play just suits in the AVP now, and it's going to get better and better, like monthly, because we're learning more and we're getting more access
Love
to
it, man.
information. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's why we were so excited about the introduction of the Apple Vision Pro is because of that
Yes.
awareness. I had people that look, me and Jay Dunn, we've been doing this metaverse thing for a while now, and people thought we were crazy. But when the Apple Vision Pro released,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's hitting our phones like, what is this? Wait, is that what y'all
Yeah.
been doing? What's going on? And so
Exactly.
that's why we were so excited because it brought a mass awareness to the space that we've been
Exactly.
in for the last 3 years.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man. So we're like riving up about, you know, that's why we've been pushing it all last month. We've been, you know, pushing it and explaining to people that don't cut out the Apple Vision Pro just yet. Like we got so
Mm-hmm.
much that's gonna be coming for this device. Give it 3 months, it's gonna be a total different device. Like I say, with the Unity
Totally different.
APIs, with what's going on with Apple, updating it little by little. And we think when WWDC comes around, we're gonna probably see a 2.0 version of Apple Vision Pro that's gonna probably knock our socks off. So it's not even just hardware because the hardware is kind of there in a lot of areas.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's the software and the APIs. So we need developers, and
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things we put in our points.
Yes.
Like developers
Yes.
need time with the device, and I just
Yes.
want to give you guys a shout out again because I was so surprised when I got shout out to Diego. I saw that you guys were trying to get it out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, man, can I beta test this thing? And I got an early
Mm-hmm.
build, and I got to see it from
Yeah.
where it was in literally 3
Yeah.
weeks to what it is now,
Yeah.
and that's just incredible. So shout out to the entire development team with Realcast for making that stuff happen. It's magical to me
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
so our last question of the night is the show is called Get Them to the Metaverse. How do you get people into the metaverse?
Through games, me, right? Through games. Obviously, I do what I do personally, and like I said, I got my devices with me most places I go, right? Like, and I'm passionate about the space now. I'm in it, and so I want people to experience it. So I'm putting on my friends, their mom, their aunts, their grandmas, their kids. It don't matter. um, but you know, we feel games connect people in a very unique way, unlike anything else. Social is woven into the fabric of gaming. My
Absolutely.
kids live in games. We see what
Yes.
Roblox and
Oh my
Fortnite
goodness.
and you know what these worlds are, right? But they're you know they're all their own different worlds. When this metaverse thing is at scale, you'll be able to take your identity and your avatar across different worlds and your objects
Mhm.
and everything else. So that universal language will come, that interoperability will come. Um,
Yeah.
you know that, and so it's just a matter of time, Joy. I don't think we're doing our part in communicating
Yes.
this and bringing awareness, but it's inevitable.
Come on.
It's inevitable.
Yes.
Look. You get used to the metaverse. Get used to the term XR, VR, spatial computing. It's here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. It's all around you right now anyway. So just be prepared
Yes.
for it. You know what I'm saying? Alex said something good. Chicken and egg situation
Yeah.
with development and hardware. It's a tricky one. Shout out to the devs who tackle it. So shout out
Yeah.
once again to not just Realcast, but every developer out there
1,000%.
that's going out there and making it happen, because we need you guys, developers. We need you in this space. So we're excited, man. Like this is what we talking about, y'all. This is what you come to get into the metaverse for, the real. Okay.
Yes, the real.
You come for the real. So man, it's been such a pleasure to have you, Rasheen. We can have you on all night. We can literally have you on all night talking about this good stuff.
I didn't even get started yet, bro. I didn't even get started.
Yes. Nah, we
I'm
love it.
joking.
We love it. We love it.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
You guys are doing an amazing job. I'm so proud of you guys. Like to see your evolution.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely,
Oh,
man. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Look, we felt that we was like, wait a minute, man. The tear about to come out. Like, wait a minute. Look, the music started playing, and you was like, thank y'all for what y'all do, man. I'm like,
My
oh,
God, AWE. They have AWE, Meta Connect. They have the Ghostbusters. I mean, they all over the place. Let's go.
look, man.
Yes.
We just humble servants out here trying to make it happen for VR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We really believe in this so much. But once again, we thank you for everything you're doing. So please let us know how we can connect with you more, if anyone wants to connect with you deeper.
Yeah, my social Rasheen on pretty much every platform at Rasheen Smith, one word. You can come to the Realcast website, realcast.io. Hit the contact, shoot a message in there. It'll get to me. Or just hit J Down or Joy and they'll pass the message.
Hey, we love it. We love it. Enjoy.
Yes. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in for another episode of Get 'em to the Metaverse. Like we told you it was going to be incredible. So thank y'all. What about you, J Dunn? Last words?
Listen. My last words is, first of all, go download Just Hoops if you haven't. What are you doing?
That part.
On MetaQuest, on Vision Pro, on Pico, you have no excuse. You need to get it right now because it's an incredible game. And come holler at me. And in fact, I'm gonna be challenging Rasheen after this to see who's better at the shootout, because we can choose any platform you want. We can make it happen. We gonna make it happen. But no, listen, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Alex VR says, see y'all at AWE. That's right. We appreciate you, man. Mine just say, see yas. Yes, we appreciate you for tuning in. Look, it was an incredible episode, but as always, keep it locked on getting things done for the next episode of Get 'em to the Metaverse. We'll see y'all next time.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button.
Hit it.
Yes.
Hit it. What you doing?
Punch it.
Punch your thing. All right. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.